You're looking to buy metro tickets while you're here in Barcelona, but with so many options, you're not quite sure which is the best ticket for you. In this video, I'm going to answer the most frequently asked questions about buying metro tickets here in Barcelona, including how to buy a ticket, the best options to save money, and the best options to buy a metro pass and see the sights. One of the most common questions I get about the metro tickets is, what's the price of each ticket? A single ride is going to cost you €2.40. Later in the video, we'll talk a little about some other options that'll help you save some money and get more than just one of those rides. But a single ride, what it's going to offer you is anything within Zone 1. Now don't worry, if you're coming over to Barcelona, Zone 1 does include everything within the city. And one of the great things is it even includes some of the places just outside of the city. And we're not just talking about the metro, we're also talking about trams, buses, or trains, but some of those more common day trips like Sitges or Montserrat aren't going to be included within that Zone 1. You will need a couple more zones and a different pass if you plan on going out there. Another thing that's not included in Zone 1 is going to be a trip out to the airport. That's going to cost you €5.15. And later on in the video, we'll talk about ways that you can avoid it. Another common question is, how long is that metro ticket valid for? Now, that single ticket is only going to be valid for one ride, and that's from the first use. Now, it's important to know that you don't have any transfers included in that single ticket, but if you are already inside of the metro, you can change between colors. Just once you leave the station, it's done. If you buy other passes like the T Casual, which is 10 trips in one ticket, you do have a transfer window of about an hour and 15 minutes. Now, the good thing about this is you can even change modes of transportation, getting over to the bus or the tram, all within that time. It is important to note that you can't repeat the same bus line or get into the metro more than once. Right now, the best options if you want to have those transfers or save even a little bit of money is the T Casual, which is an individual card you can't share, for 10 trips worth $11.35, or the T Familiar if you want to have a group of people sharing that same ticket, which gives you 8 rides for €10. And a lot of times people have questions about how and where they can buy those metro tickets. You can buy those metro tickets at any of the metro stops, just going below, and they have machines right there that you can pay in cash or credit. You can change the language, and if you have any questions, there's usually attendants on hand that can assist you with any of those purchases. One other thing that you can do is you can buy them online ahead of your trip and pick them up either at the airport or right at the tourist information offices in the Plaza Catalunya. One thing that if you're looking to save some money that I would definitely recommend is buying those tickets online before your trip, and you can pick them up directly at the airport. Not only is it going to save you a little bit of time, but there's often discounts on some of those bigger packages that we'll get into a little bit later. If you're planning on using the metro to get all around Barcelona, you're also going to want to know how often the metro runs. The good news is that between every 2 and 3 minutes, you've got a train passing by, which means you're not going to have to wait too long in between those trains. Yes, wait times do get a little bit longer into the evenings. Now, time frames in terms of when the metro actually runs is from Sunday to Thursday from 5 a.m. until midnight. Friday, we get a little bit longer, where we're going to get extended out until that 2 a.m. time, and Saturday the metro runs all day long. We've already talked about the single metro ticket and passes that you can get up to 10 rides all in one ticket, but are there day passes that give you unlimited transportation while you're here? My recommendation, if you don't want to worry about the number of rides or transfers that you have, is to look into the Hola Barcelona card. This gives you unlimited transportation around the city for the number of days that you buy it for. You have passes that last from 2 to 5 days. Prices start around €16 for the 2-day pass and get up to €38 for that 5-day pass. All of these passes include the price to the airport, which is what we talked about before, and can be picked up upon arrival, allowing you to get into the city using that pass and not having to pay that extra fee. All of those Hola cards are valid from your first use, or the first time you pass them through the machine, and can be bought online before you get here to help you save some money. I'll leave links in the description below to help you out. But you're probably coming to Barcelona to do a little bit more than just ride around on the metro all day. You probably want to see some things as well. The good news is there are some really great options to help you make the most out of your money while you're here in town. Both of these cards are going to allow you to get the Hola Barcelona card that we spoke about before for unlimited transportation all throughout the city, and give you some discounts and even free entrances to some of the best sites in Barcelona. So what are the best cards to get to save money while you're in Barcelona? The first option is the Barcelona card, and it's something that I would recommend if you're looking to get around to the city's best museums. Just look at all of the options you have for free admission included within the price. For the 3 and 4 day options alone, even if you only go to the MNAC, that National Art Museum, the Picasso Museum, and the MUBA, the History Museum of Barcelona, 3 of the city's most popular museums, and museums that I've recommended over and over again, you've already got some amazing savings. For that 5-day city pass, just add in that MACBA, the Contemporary Art Museum, and you would have already spent more on entrances to all of those different places than you did for the transportation card alone. And there's so much more. Just look at all the other free admissions that you have and discounts into some of the other big sites here in Barcelona, and even some other activities, especially places like the Casa Batlló and the Casa Milà. Both of Gaudi's most famous works in terms of houses. You get discounts into each of them. Now for card holders, what they do is they save some of those spots so that you won't have to book ahead of time. Show up with that card and you'll get the same discount that you would have if you had booked online before. Which brings me to my next card. Modernism is one of the biggest callings to Barcelona, and the reason why many, and maybe you too, chose to come to the city. The architecture here is really something special, and chances are that you'll probably be spending a lot of time in those houses and works by Gaudi and some of the other modernist architects of the era. The Modernista card, like the Barcelona card, includes that Hola transportation card for 3, 4, or 5 days and gives you free admission into 10 of Barcelona's most famous modernist attractions. And this is no joke. Not only do you have Gaudi's Casa Batlló and Casa Milà, but also the Palau Güell and the Casa Vicens, and other amazing modernist buildings and UNESCO World Heritage sites like the Modernist Hospital of St. Paul and the Music Palace. The only thing missing from the card are entrances into the Sagrada Familia and the Parc Güell. And those are two of the places that you have to see if you're visiting Barcelona. But even if you only take advantage and see 4 of the places that you have offered within the card and check out the Casa Batlló, the Casa Milà, the Music Palace, and the Hospital of St. Paul, you've already saved money no matter how many days you buy that card for. Each of those cards is going to help you save on sites and transportation. And the best card for you really depends on what you most want to see. But if you're still not sure about what are those can't miss places for you here in Barcelona, click on my Is It Worth It playlist to help you decide for yourself.